Hello and welcome to Board Game Basics, episode number 20. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Robert.
Each episode we'll try and talk about a board game and a card game. Hosting for this episode is provided by Gameology, Australia's largest gaming warehouse.
Thank you very much, Gameology. And saying that, we got a board game review on Gameology that we wrote last holidays about Betrayal
at House on the Hill.
So if anyone's interested, you can check out their website in the
It'll be at the bottom of
the
it.
bottom of the first page at the moment. Yes. And tell us what you think.
As it gets older, it'll start going to the blog page.
Yeah. Now.
So here's just a quick warning.
Oh, warning.
If you do not like zombies or death or dead,
Yeah.
please turn off now.
Oh. We are going to just quickly talk about zombies, and then we'll talk about where Cthulhu came from. So basically where zombies came from and Cthulhu. There's nothing bad in there, but if that's something you don't want to hear about, it's only a 5-minute thing. So just as a bit of a warning, you could probably turn it off.
So,
don't know if Mika will want to hear it.
So you would want
Not
to
when
turn
she's
it off.
going to bed.
So if you're going to turn it off now.
Yes. Now, also, this will be our last episode before Christmas, just to give a bit of time here in case anyone needs to turn it off. We will still be doing a couple, what are you going to call them?
Summer editions.
Summer edition.
Summer edition episode 1, summer edition episode 2.
Okay, and we'll talk about some
Except
games
we haven't
then.
named it summer edition
well.
episode. We're not going to write summer edition episode 1 on it though.
No, we'll just call it episode 21.
We're calling it summer edition. And then the second one we're going to call Summer Edition Episode 2.
Yeah, okay. And, anyway, then we'll be back to normal definitely by the end of January.
Yep.
We just need to enjoy the summer.
All ready for podcasting again.
Get in some board games. Okay, we'll get back to that later. Okay, I think that's enough.
Try and get in board games. Alright, so now
first of all,
hopefully
what are you
you've
talking
turned it
about?
off if you don't want to listen.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
So first we're talking about zombies, then we're talking about
Zombies,
one of my favourites, Cthulhu.
Ooh, just because you're dressed up as him in Halloween.
I really
Him
like
or
Cthulhu
her?
though.
Okay.
Have you ever played a game with zombies?
Yes.
Do you know where the idea for zombies came from?
Nope. Well, I do now, but I didn't
Now
before.
we've read through this.
Because we were talking about this one day and we said, where do they come from? Okay.
At least we've read through the page already, so we know what we're going to say, so
Yeah,
we know where
that's
they've come from now.
Yeah. Some of this came from Wikipedia and some other websites.
We had to write it down.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a game with a zombie
Yeah.
or zombies?
Ooh, yeah.
Don't answer the questions.
Oh.
Do you know where the idea for zombies came from now? Now we do.
Yeah, now we do. Not before.
Well, wait, though, we thought we might find out while we wait for Run, Fight, Die, Reload from Kickstarter. That's a zombie game.
Yes.
And what is the name of the haven't you played Dead of Winter?
Dead of Winter, yes.
That's the zombie game that you've
That
done.
I've played, yeah.
I haven't played that because I'm sort of a bit too young, and you play it just before we go home to bed.
We normally leave that till later at night. Although I think you'd be fine. There's nothing bad in it.
Apart from zombies.
Yeah, but they're just little pictures. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
But
I remember watching you guys play it.
we normally pull that one out as the last game of the night.
I remember watching you guys play it. It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the pictures are really good on it.
It's just an exploring game, getting cards. Anyway, sorry.
It is said that the word zombies comes from Haitian folklore and means an animated corpse raised by magical means such as witchcraft. While it's not known how they came to be zombies in modern films, they first appeared in a movie called The Night of the Living Dead in 1968. The word zombies was first used by George Romero in his 1978 script for sequel Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, so
so you know, sequel means like another one with the same name.
The continuing story part or whatever. Yeah. Although he had mentioned it in some interviews after the first movie, it hadn't really taken off yet. He one stage called them ghouls, and then he went on and called them.
No, ghouls is now an actual thing.
Yeah. But,
So
but
that
he didn't know how to describe them, I guess. So he called them ghouls, and then he called them zombies. And
So
then,
if he called them ghouls and then zombies, ghouls is like a type of ghost.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So he actually sort of invented another one saying that.
Well, that might have been around. I'm pretty sure
might
that
have
one's
been
been around
around.
forever. That one. Okay, keep
It'll be
going.
weird. According to Romero, film critics helped associate the term zombie to his creatures. It then had stuck and was firmly a part of our vernacular.
Yeah, it's funny how the words just all of a sudden become a part of
But also the words that are in this script are actually quite big ones and hard to pronounce. Like
vernacular.
Haitian.
Oh, Haitian.
We actually had to search up how to pronounce Haitian.
For you to
Yeah.
know. It's not a word we use
Because
very often.
neither of us know how to pronounce it. And then we had to write that down, how you pronounce it.
Yeah, and so by
Same
writing
with-
it how it sounds.
Same with vernacular,
Write it phonetically. Now the
which
first
actually
time,
helped.
First time I remember, so I'm 40 odd. The odd bit correct anyway.
40... Oh,
I'm odd, you get it? No.
41?
Was seeing the film clip for Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah, I've seen...
But
yeah, that's
and
when
you've
I saw
seen it
him.
now, and that would have been the first time you've seen it.
Except they aren't actually that creepy in that.
No, well, they're dancers, but they're like... "Ugh."
They're like...
Growing up, I never liked zombies.
dance.
Wasn't interested in any video games, movies, nothing interested me in zombies. Still not something that I'm overly drawn to. However, this the Dead of Winter game is fun, and I thought, oh, why not
I remember
kickstart
that.
the
I
Run
remember
Fight
that
Die
show that we watched, Apocalypse and Fear.
one? Oh yeah, Darren Brown.
Darren Brown, and that's actually really good.
If anyone listening to this hasn't seen Darren Brown shows,
You really
definitely watch them.
What you one that I think that's actually really good is Apocalypse and Fear.
Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah, that one's actually
That's
really.
an older one.
The
but
first 2 episodes is the Apocalypse one. The last 2 is the Fear bit.
yeah, and he's got a whole heap of shows and theatre shows.
Haven't we watched like 3 of his or something?
I've watched
Apocalypse
nearly
and
all of them.
Fear.
But they're the ones you've watched.
Um,
Okay, so
a few
what do you
others.
think about zombies as a genre? So do you like them, hate them, creeped out by them? What?
well, they actually are creepy, but if you put them, say, like if you draw one, they actually look really good.
Do you remember when you were doing the concert, when you were doing dancing?
Oh yeah.
And you all had to come out as zombies for Michael
Yeah,
Jackson
except we weren't
Thriller?
actually dressed up as zombie things.
You were a little bit,
Yeah.
but not overly.
It depends on. It really depends. Like, I get creeped out by ones that look
Too real.
that, like, if they're really like, I don't know.
So
It's hard to explain one that would creep.
if you saw a really
someone.
scary one right in front of you, it
Yeah,
would freak you out.
yeah.
But for board games, it's fine, surely.
Yeah, board games. They actually look really good graphics in the board games out there.
There's actually a lot of video games that now have them, and
Yeah, I
board
don't-
games are starting to become a bit of a thing as well. Most popular is Dead of Winter, obviously.
I don't have any video games with zombies in them. No, we don't.
No. And we'll talk about what number Dead of Winter is on the
Oh yeah,
list
Dead of
after.
Winter.
Um.
Oh, the two that is the one that you've played combined it.
Oh, combine. Yeah, the 2 Dead of Winters. Okay. Anything else to talk about?
Nope. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Cthulhu.
Who?
Cthulhu.
Oh, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Yeah, I don't know. He's gone to the toilet. All right. Now, hold on. How did we come across... No, okay. You start. We'll go. You're all right.
Another game theme that has become popular in the recent years is Cthulhu. A year ago, we didn't know anything about it, but after ordering the game Australia,
On Kickstarter, yeah, we did that.
yeah, we researched it and was pointed in the direction of H.P. Lovecraft and his short stories. Cthulhu is a fictional cosmic entry that was first mentioned in his book called The Call of the Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I really like the Cthulhu books that we've read.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
They're actually like comics,
Yeah.
except with hardcovers.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Keep going.
Which was published in an American magazine in 1928. It is thought that the name comes from a classical Greek word Catholic,
Cthulhu, yeah, right, okay.
Catholic, meaning subterranean.
I can't read it. Subterranean?
Subterranean. In the book, Lovecraft tells of a statue, a monster of vaguely an orthopoid outline, but with an octopus-like head, whose face was a mass of feelers, a scaly rubber-looking body,
Ugh.
claws on hind
Yep.
and 4 feet, and long, narrow wings behind, often described as a mix of octopus, human, and dragon. That is hundreds of meters tall.
Ugh.
Supposedly, just looking at him sends you insane. Perfect for board games. Do you know why?
Why?
Because instead of like having something sitting there, and it's just sitting there
Doing
moving
nothing?
to you,
Yeah.
and it's doing nothing. Unlike that, Cthulhu
Yeah.
keeps chasing after you, trying to make you insane.
Oh dear, sending you insane. Now, Lovecraft wrote many books, many books that they're over 100 years old now.
The Cthulhu ones are graphic novels
Nearly 100
that
years
we've
old.
read. The ones that we've read, the Cthulhu ones are graphic novels.
Oh. Yeah, I was just going to say, and people either love or hate the Lovecraft books, so, yeah. Two I've borrowed that I thought you would like to read, which you have
Is that one a
enjoyed.
Cthulhu one?
So this one, we've got one here. These are, I'll just read the name of the person who wrote them. So this one's called A Study in Emerald, which was done by Neil Gaiman, with the pictures by Raphael Albuquerque. These are really good drawings, and this is a nice hardcover book. We've borrowed this from the library, and there is also another one, The Call of Cthulhu. So they're definitely worth checking out. They're great
I like
books.
reading the Cthulhu ones.
Patrick has loved reading.
The Cthulhu paintings and drawings are really good in it.
Yeah, they are really good. So
Especially
definitely worth
because they have to
checking out.
be pretty small.
And I first came across Study in Emerald because when we looked at Australia, somebody said, "What is Cthulhu? Go read A Study in Emerald." So you read A Study in Emerald, then you go read...
Well, that's sort of the green Cthulhu is.
yeah.
An emerald green.
Well, in
Because
this one,
if you think about it, Cthulhu's like a brightish green
he is.
with like moss sort of, and emerald's a bright green. So that's sort of the colour he is.
Yeah, and that's
I would
their
guess.
goo inside, I guess. And
Yucky.
so we did that, then we got the Call of Cthulhu. I've got a lot of reading to do over Christmas because I've borrowed this massive book of a whole heap of his stories. I've also read Mountains at Madness, which is down in Antarctica. They go down there and there's out in the open plains.
I'm
there's-
glad you're borrowing the Cthulhu ones because I read them whenever I can.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of books to read.
I've got like 6 or something.
We can talk about that in the summer edition when Mika joins us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're down in Antarctica on this expedition 100 years ago, and they come across this. Their party goes and finds these things that have been created not by humans, and then they walk through this village. And anyway, without telling the whole story, it's really good. So
Is that the
I don't mind this
Study
sort
in
of
Emerald
stuff,
one?
considering I never liked that sort of... No, I was never into all the fiction type stuff. Always liked autobiographies and real life stories.
You've read a few
But I've enjoyed these.
autobiographies.
Now, Mum, who is an English teacher, doesn't enjoy them because they're hard to read, and that's something I've had trouble with, is reading them. Sometimes I have to read them a couple of times because it's
I
like
really like
Shakespeare,
reading.
where it's done in old.
I really like reading. Like, sometimes you only have to read it once, and and you can understand it.
Well, that's why these graphic novels are so great, because
They're
they draw
easier
it.
to understand because they draw it instead of, like, if you read a novel, you're like,
Yeah.
it actually sort of is harder to understand a novel than a graphic novel.
So,
Because if I compared one of the Cthulhu ones to a novel that I read, if you think about it, it's actually easier to tell what's happening in the graphic novel because there's pictures and you can understand it.
yeah.
But in the novel, it's old writing that you have to understand,
Yeah,
which
it's
makes
hard.
it harder to understand what's going on.
Especially when you're talking about something so far away from what we're used to reading.
Like dragons.
It's not like Lemony Snickets or something like that, you know.
The books that I'm reading that I was saying about are actually dragon ones, like Cthulhu, like dragon mixed with the Cthulhu dragon, human,
Other things. We'll talk
and octopus combined to make like a Cthulhu thing. That's what it says in our
thing.
bit that we got
Summer.
there.
Talking about that in the summer one. Now, there've been a lot of games that have been coming out now with Cthulhu basis themes, starting with Arkham Horror. Now
We've got Arkham Horror.
we've got the card game, the living
Card
card
game.
game, which is enjoyable. Only thing is
Yep.
it gets a bit expensive, I think. But anyway, we'll talk
Because you
about
got to
that
buy all the
sometime.
expansion bits and stuff.
And
How many scenarios of
Cthulhu's
them
even
come in
been
one
done
box?
in Pandemic. So,
How many scenarios come in one box of
well, 3 are in the core one.
Oh, there's 3.
We'll talk about that another time. We'll talk about that game.
Yeah, whole thing.
So Cthulhu's even been done in Pandemic.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
did the
yeah.
Kickstarter that we're waiting for, called Cthulhu Death May Die.
Ooh, Cthulhu.
It's made by 2 really good game designers, so hopefully that game.
Since we're
is as
talking about
good as I hope.
Cthulhu, because we said it's like human octopus
Yeah,
combine them with a dragon.
yeah. It's got the wings and the
Yeah,
scales.
the rings bit, since it's got the combined them with dragon, reminds me of Treasure Mountain.
Oh.
That's got the dragon bit in it.
Oh yeah, but we haven't got that yet.
No,
You're
but it's
waiting.
reminding me of when we're going to get it, which is actually pretty soon.
Anyone that's listened to this will know how desperate you are to get that game. I hope
But
it's really good.
but also, because it actually seeing that human octopus combined with a dragon actually reminds me of it because it's got a dragon in it.
Oh right, yeah, that's fair.
Because it can remind you of a few different things.
Now, since you're editing this episode pretty much and putting all the music in, I'm leaving it all to you. Is there anything else we needed to talk about on this one?
I'm not really that sure, nah. Okay, so just for something different, that we're actually going to talk about the top 100 games on the BGG that we've played. Not all of them are ones that we've owned. So I'll go through mine, and then
We've pretty much played all the same
yeah,
ones.
only a few are different. So number 1, that's actually number 1 on the list. We're going through the numbers that they are on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gloomhaven.
So that's the number 1 game. Yes, we've
Yes.
definitely got that and played
Number
that.
4 is
Terraforming Mars.
Terraforming Mars. We don't have that one.
We don't have it, but we've
7
definitely played it a few times.
Is
Scythe.
Scythe.
We have that.
16 is Puerto Rico. Because you just wrote in the first letter of each of the words in it.
Oh, so
And then
you're looking-
18, Arkham Horror, I think.
Yeah, the living card game. Another game we enjoy.
51, what's RS?
51. You should know
Rising
this.
Sun.
The Oni of Spite.
61, which is what you've played.
Yeah, you've played. Yeah, Clank.
Yeah, I've played Clank. Oh yeah, because that has the C there.
Yeah,
And 72, Dead of Winter.
yeah, the Crossroads game.
You've played the one that
Yeah,
you've
I've
got
played that one. Yep.
90, this is one that you've only played.
Yes.
Is
A Game of Thrones, the
Game of
board
Thrones.
game.
And 91 we've both played.
Yes.
It is
Istanbul.
Istanbul. That's why it has an I.
Fun game. These
Yeah.
are games we should need to talk about sometime.
Should I say the ones in the
Now,
100 to 200?
yeah, well, hold on. There's a few games we're waiting. I think I'm getting a couple for Christmas that are in that list. And our friend just got one, Champions of Midgard the other day. So hopefully we'll be playing that.
Isn't Seventh Continent coming?
Seventh
Isn't that
Continent. We've got that
That's
coming.
number 14.
And we've got Iberia, Pandemic Iberia.
That's 78.
right.
And then 97, what was that one? Has COM.
Hey, 97. Yeah, Champions of Midgard.
Champions of Midgard.
So how many of those are in the top 10? Did we say that's 10
Right.
between us that we've played?
Top 100, you mean? One, two,
Yeah, top 100, sorry. So, just to get a
11.
10, 11,
One,
okay.
two, let me check.
Hold on,
I'm
now
just
can you
gonna
go to
check.
the next lot?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's actually 10 in the 1 to 100.
Okay, now in the next...
Alright. 100 to 200 is...
So 103,
103 is...
The
what's-
Raiders.
Raiders of North Sea.
Yep, good game.
107...
Cosmic Encounter.
Yeah, we both played that one.
Yeah.
That was a late at night one that we
Yeah,
did.
it was.
110.
Lord of the Rings card game.
Not
I've
played that
played that
one.
one once, which I enjoyed.
126. What's CS?
Charterstone.
Charterstone, yeah.
We're about halfway through our
134.
Ticket to Ride,
Ticket
your
to
favourite.
Ride.
One of your favourites.
Yes.
Yep.
142.
Carcassonne.
149. Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
We played this one.
Yeah.
We played that. We don't actually own this.
No.
We played this one. Where'd we play this?
I had a friend's house once,
Yeah.
just having a go.
150 Sushi Go Party. And then for you,
Battle Law, which is
151. So
That's
3 in a row for you.
Yeah.
2 in a row for me. 165.
Yeah.
What's that one?
The Dead of Winter, The Long Night.
Yes.
So, done that
Isn't
one.
that combined with the one that you've
Yeah.
played? 178.
Yes. Rah!
Dinosaur Island. I have not played that one.
No, that's good. You should have played it, but you were too busy doing something else.
Do we want to go 200, 300?
200, 300. Yeah, okay, let's just... So
Because that one's got a few that we both played.
Okay, go one more lot.
So 233.
233. I've got to wait for this to load up now. You're shooting ahead of me. You like that one. Evolution Climate.
Yes.
I'm not
Yummy.
such a big fan of it, but...
I like
because you just
eating
wanted
everyone.
to devour everyone. Anyway.
237.
Played the other night, King of Tokyo.
Not me.
That was fun. You need to play that.
I thought it was 4 players. So
I
ended
had
up
to get my
playing
head
it.
around that anyone on the mat is in Tokyo. I was
I-
thinking there were 2 bits of Tokyo, but anyway.
I actually didn't play it because I thought it was only 4 players.
You could have played.
Because the person that had him bring a few games in, said there was 1 4-player and I didn't know which
Yeah,
one
he
it
came
was.
with 3 new games.
So, and then was that one 234?
Yeah, so
8, I mean.
238.
So 254.
No, we didn't do 238. Tyrants of the Underdark, the D&D
yeah, that one.
deck builder. You like that one, don't you?
You've got
That's a
Dungeons
game you
and
easily
Dragons.
could play 2
Yeah.
8-year-old, 9-year-olds.
254 says F.
Fresco.
Oh yeah, Fresco.
We've got that.
257.
You like Fresco, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
For Sale.
That one.
For
We've talked about that
Sale.
one.
We've talked about that one, yep.
260. Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes, you like that one.
264.
Flashpoint.
Yay.
Fire Rescue, a good cooperative game.
282.
Oh, let me just have a look. Forbidden Desert. Yep, that's good.
290.
290.
290 something.
200.
298.
Yes.
Catan.
Ah, Catan. The one that sort of got us back in playing games again.
I really like Catan. It's actually a good one.
That's a good game. For
You can't
anyone to
get
play.
sick of it.
Well, you can a little bit.
Well, I find it hard to get sick of it.
Yeah, because
It's really good.
and you could play that with your friends easily.
Mm.
So anyway,
It's a
just
good-
if you
it's an
just look
easy one
over
to
that,
learn.
just to give a summary of. I know you listen to podcasts and people have played all of the games or 10. It costs a lot of money to buy all these games, so
In some of them, like the 3, I think it was 300 to 400 and 400 to 500. We only actually have one of them and
yeah.
played played one of them. And then didn't it go up or something?
Well, if you count them up in the top 100, we've got 10 of the games. In the top 200,
we played 30 off that list.
Yeah, so we've got 10, 11, and 9. So in the top 300,
hey, that's
30
one
games.
less zero than how many on the 3 pages that we looked at.
Yeah, I know. Divide it by. So we've played 10%.
Divided by 100 and it's 300. No, divided by.
Divided by 100 would be 3, but divided 10%, divided by 10, and you get 30.
Because we were
Take a zero
we were
off.
learning about like the 100 times something and 100 divided by something
Oh.
the other day.
Well, if you're dividing 300 by 10, take off a 0.
Like 100 something times 100.
Yeah.
We were doing that.
So anyway, so that's interesting. And then after that, the 3 to 400, 4 to 500, it drops right off the amount of games we
had
played.
3 in one of them. Then 1. It might actually slowly lift up as if you go to the 10th page or the last page. As you go back again, it would have to start rising up because they would have to have every game on that list.
So if anyone out there has
and they've got
one of
just
those games of
we've
the top...
we've actually got more games than what they've actually put of our games that are on there.
Yeah. We've got, but there are other games that would be outside the top 1,000
And
even.
they don't actually have the games some of the games that we have.
Yeah, see, Scrabble's not up there. Uno's not up there. They're games that we enjoy. Oh, that's where it was. I was meant to play that with Mum last night. I couldn't find it. It's in your room. So if anyone's got any
they're
games,
massive games and they
listening
can't
to
fit in our
this,
cupboard anymore.
that they would like us to play or suggest that we play, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a recommendation that we'll try and play. I would like to play Arkham Horror the 3rd edition. I think that would be fun to do, and we could do a review on that one.
I might play it.
For Gameology, we could maybe do a review.
The only thing that isn't... Oh, yeah. Better not talk about it now.
You've got... Trains is the game you want to play.
Yes.
We recently saw that for sale on
do we want to say our email?
And we tried to talk about buying it from a guy, but the postage was going to be $80 to Australia. I was like, what? But the problem is the game costs $100 here in Australia. That's just for one of them, and I know you really want the Japanese one because of the Shinkansen, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
I bought a game in Japan that's got bullet trains in it.
Oh, you did too, that little game. Okay.
It's really tiny. You can take it. You can fit it in your pocket. So if you have nothing to do, you can play that game.
I can't think of what it's called though.
I can't read the name of it. It's Japanese.
If anyone, I'd like to know.
It's got the map of Japan on it as well.
Something we'd like to know is if anyone that listens to this listens to the jokes, could you email us in and tell us that the jokes that Patrick reads out, if you actually listen to it? We'd just be curious to know if anyone actually listens to it.
So now that you're talking about that, let's start wrapping it up for today.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we got a Christmas card from Pennsylvania. So that's our 4th card for the BGG.
So far,
Christmas
we've got
card.
them to places that we've actually sent them to.
Yeah. Most of them have come
from where we sent them. So, but that means we won't be getting one from Australia.
No.
We might.
All right. So
hosting for this episode is provided by Gameology, Australia's largest gaming warehouse.
Thank you very much, Gameology. Now you've got your Christmas hat on there. We can't show that on the podcast, but you're looking very happy. Do you need to Merry Christmas, everyone? Merry
Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you.
So that's... Oh, no, not that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So email in at us at boardgamebasicspodcast@outlook.com.
Yeah.
So you can email in with any questions
Anything,
that you've
or
got,
we'd like
comments.
to know the game you think we need to play. Yeah.
Joke bit.
Mm-hmm.
We just need that one last email.
Yeah, anyway.
And the Geek Gold email as well.
Yeah,
we haven't
see,
got
put
that.
that in there. No one said.
Yeah.
Okay. No one wants it. No one wants the Geek Gold.
So either way, whichever one gets in first, we're gonna have the 10 emails. So on Twitter you can find us at BGB, capital B for Board Game Basic 1.
It'll be in the show notes. Follow us at Board Game Basic 1.
And so that's thanks for listening. So that's bye from me.
and bye from me.
Okay, so jingle bells, board games on the way. Right.
Well, hopefully
Hopefully,
we
they
put in
probably
our
are.
orders.
Yep.
I got a birthday as well, so
On
actually,
Christmas Day.
I kickstarted Tainted Grail, which is an expensive game, like a cross between Gloomhaven and what's it called? Seventh Continent.
We haven't got
But I won't
Seventh
get it till
Continent.
next year and the year after.
We don't have Seventh Continent, so
Yeah,
we
well,
don't know what you mean
know.
by
Seventh Continent.
Gloomhaven cross with Seven
I
Continents.
think that's coming in like March. They're planning for us to get it in March.
March.
So by the time, their first term's finished, we'll hopefully have Seventh Continent.
No, that's 2 months the term goes for then.
Yeah, nearly. But then we'll be able to play that as a
Because
family.
February.
Because I'm hoping that you and Mika can do that as our own little adventure game.
Haven't we done that online? Like, you got the print and pay page up and we sort of played it off there.
Yeah. Oh, also, we're not allowed to talk about it or anything, but we've got a game that we got off of... no, we can say we got a game off of BGG. Someone was after someone to play one, so we'll give that a go as well. You've already started playing it, and that was fun. So, we've got lots. I don't know.
It's really hard to not talk about it on a game thing.
Yeah,
though.
I know.
Especially because it is a game.
Well, hopefully everyone has a great Christmas. Have you got any Christmas jokes that
Yes,
you might be able to
certainly.
tell us? Go on then.
Why does Santa have 3 gardens?
Why does Santa have 3 gardens? I don't know. North Pole, South Pole, Icy Pole?
No. So he can ho, ho, ho.
Alright, you got
What do you get when Santa goes down a chimney with a fire lit?
Down a chimney with a fire lit. Hot Santa.
No. Crisp Kringle.